guys, welcome back to Spelling and Word Study. My name is Mrs. Rhodes and I'm here to get you started on Unit 31, the AW pattern. Please take a second to gather your materials. You will need your red book open to page 191. You'll also need some colorful pens, markers, or crayons. Remember, whatever I mark on my board, you should be marking on your page. Please save room for a key as well. All right, for the last 2 weeks, we learned about something called a diphthong. Two common diphthongs are oi and ow. We learned how to make the oi sound using oi or oy. We learned how to make the ow sound using ou or ow. Well, this week I have a new pattern for you, and it is aw. Aw is neither a long nor a short vowel sound. Now, it's a little tricky because there are so many different ways in our language to spell that aw pattern. Today, we're going to talk about 4 different ways to make the aw pattern. We're going to talk about A-L-L, A-W, OSS, and A-L. All right, so let's start by reading our list. As we do, please use your ears to listen for that ah sound and use your eyes to look for that ah chunk, either the A-L-L, the A-W, the O-S-S, or the A-L. Okay, please repeat after me. Ball, fall, jaw, lawn, loss, saw, talk, tall, toss, walk. All right, so let's choose a color. And the first thing I want you to look for is that A-L-L chunk. You might already be familiar with this. A-L-L by itself spells the word all. There are many, many words we can make in our language by adding 1 or 2 letters before the all. So we have the word ball, we have fall, and we have tall. Okay? We have other words in our language as well, like hall and small, stall. So this is a really good chunk for you to learn. So over here, green box equals A-L-L. And whenever we see A followed by 2 L's, it's going to make that all sound. Okay? We're going to hear the ah, and then we're going to hear the l. Now, choose a second color, and let's see what happens when we just use 1 L after the A. For instance, in the word talk, and down here in the word walk. Notice that L helps the A make its aw sound, but the L stays silent, okay? The word talk has 4 letters, but only 3 sounds. T, ah, k. Same thing with the word walk. W, ah, k. We don't hear that L sound, okay? This is another good pattern to learn because not only will it help you spell talk and walk, it'll help you with chalk and stalk and some other words as well. So, blue box equals A-L, and that's going to make just the aw sound. There's no l at the end of that. Okay, let's choose another color, and this time we're going to look for the A-W. There it is at the end of jaw. Sometimes we see it in the middle of a word, like lawn. We see it at the end of saw, and that's it, okay? So keep in mind, A-W says aw. Sometimes it's at the end of a word, saw, jaw, claw, draw. And sometimes it's in the middle of a word, like lawn, dawn, fawn. It likes to hang out before that N. Sometimes it hangs out before an L as well. So pink box equals AW, and that's also going to make an ah sound. AL, AW, same sound. Okay, another chunk that I want you to be familiar with is OSS. For some reason, when O shows up before two S's, instead of making a short O, ah sound, it's going to say aw. Can you hear the difference between short O, ah, and this pattern, ah? So we see it in loss, we see it in toss, and we see it in many other words like boss, moss, cross, floss, gloss. So this is a really good pattern to know, okay? When we have O followed by two S's, it's going to make that aw sound followed by S, aw-s, okay? So those are 4 really good patterns to learn. What I'd like to do now is go through our list. Let's make sure we know what all of our words mean, and let's label them by parts of speech. So let's start by looking for nouns. The word ball could be something you bounce, like a tennis ball or a basketball. Could also be a dance. Think of Cinderella, she went to the ball, okay? So that is a noun. Fall can be used as a noun if we're talking about the season, winter, spring, summer, and fall, okay? Or we could talk about a person who had a bad fall. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a big fall. So a fall could be a noun. Jaw is a part of your mouth. You can feel your jawbone right here. See how it moves up and down. So a jaw is, we're just going to say, equals mouth bone. Okay? A lawn is a noun. That's a grassy area. Mom or dad, maybe one of your older siblings, they have to mow the lawn every week or 2 because the grass will get too long otherwise. A loss is also a noun, right? You play your soccer game and you keep track of how many wins you have and how many losses you have, okay? So anytime you lose, that is a loss. We could talk about a loss of a game. We could also talk about the loss of a pet or the loss of a loved one. So if you lose someone, if they pass away, if your pet dies, that is a huge loss, right? It's this sense that something is missing. Now, the word saw can be used as a noun if we're talking about the tool, right? A cutting tool. So if you're trying to cut pieces of wood, you might need to use a saw, okay? You can use one of these old-fashioned ones like this with the jagged teeth, and you slide it back and forth, or you could use an electric saw. You could use a chain saw. I think that's it. Well, walk is another word that could be used as a noun if we're talking about a walk. It's a beautiful day. Let's take a walk. Okay, so everything in red is a noun. You can see we have lots of nouns this week. We also have quite a few verbs. Remember, verbs are action words. So yes, fall can be a noun if we're talking about the season. It can also be a verb if we're talking about the action. Leaves fall from the tree, right? If you trip over something, you might fall to the ground. So that's a verb. Saw can be a noun, but it can also be a verb. It's the past tense of see. Now I see a rainbow. Last week I saw a rainbow. Talk, definitely a verb, right? Something we do with our mouth. When the words come out, we are talking. Toss means to throw something, usually gently, right? So if you go outside and dad tosses a ball to you, he's not going to throw it really hard. He's going to just kind of gently send it to you. So to toss is to throw. You might toss your trash in the garbage can. And then walk is also a verb. It's something we do with our feet. We walk across the room. So all of these words are verbs. Now, last week we talked about nouns and verbs. We had lots of examples, but we did not have adjectives. Let's see if we have any adjectives this week. Remember, those are our describing words. The word tall is an adjective. It describes a person's height. Some people are tall, some people are short. It can describe buildings. Some buildings only have 2 or 3 floors. Some buildings are very, very tall and have more than 100 floors. So that is an adjective. It describes a noun. Okay, what else do we need to talk about? Oh, let's go back and look at our verbs and see how to add suffixes to change their part of speech. So, for instance, let's look at the word talk. Now I talk. I am talking to you. Yesterday I talked to my friend. She talks a lot. Notice I took the word talk and I added 3 different suffixes to it. Now, because the word talk ends with a vowel and 2 consonants, I'm all set. I don't have to follow any doubling rules. I don't have to drop any E's. Okay, very easy. Same thing with walk. I can change it to walked. I walked to school. I am walking to the ice cream shop later today. My neighbor walks her dog all the time. Because I have 1 vowel and 2 consonants, all I have to do is add my suffix. Now, I still have to look out for irregular verbs. Those are the rule breakers. So, I like to watch the leaves fall. They are falling to the ground. Last month, they can't say falled, right? That's not a word. They fell. This is an irregular past tense. It's a rule breaker. Saw is the past tense of see. I see my friend. We are seeing each other later today. I saw her last week. Okay? So watch out for those irregular past tense verbs and you'll do great. Okay? That's all I have for you today. Good luck and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.